accomplished yet here in the PDC, namely winning a European Tour event. It's almost 7 years since he was in a final, and this is the second time this has happened involving Connor Scutt and our referee Owen Binks. It's been called housery on social media, but now that the board is straight, maybe we can get on with the darts. DObey did win earlier in the week, beating Stephen Bunting in the PC3 final. He's 35 years of age now, in his peak. Plenty of appearances on the European Tour, as you can see, but that one final in Denmark back in 2019 where he lost to Chizzy. It's only been semi-finals since then, 3 of them. I wonder if making a final here in Poland would be seen as progress, or whether that would just be disappointment, because for someone who's got 9 PDC titles now, he just wants to add to that tally. But Scutt wants to add to his tally of wins on the European Tour. Got a second yesterday with a very good win against Damon Heta, and now he's up against the leading Geordie in the rankings, and we are joined by Niall McCorn for the second game of the afternoon.
Afternoon, Nico. Afternoon, everyone. And a touch of deja vu about the start of this one, with Connor Scutt ribbing referee Owen Binks for the second day in a row.
100.
It's a question you have to take seriously as a referee. Is the board straight? But Connor Scutt's having a bit of fun, and he's playing with that free-spirited nature as well at the moment. Yesterday, the 29-year-old praised his scoring post-match against Damon Heta, but it was his finishing that really saw him be so successful. Was 4-0 up on the heat, but the Aussie did rally to level the game, but it was the last 2 legs in particular for the sniper. He was just back on it. He finished the match with a 106 outshot. We just had a brief chatter with him, didn't we, in the practice room before this session began, and he said, I don't really want to look at my European Tour record. I've still got a lot of work to do, but he thought yesterday, Nico, was the best that he's played on a European Tour stage, and you can see why.
He was absolutely right. It was one of those strange games that you're more happy winning 6-4 than, say, 6-0. Because not only did you play well at the start, you were able to come back from adversity and still feel victorious. But this is new territory now.
59.
After that good win,
83.
got to try and take out the seeded player to make his first Sunday.
$52.
Can't find the bull.
Connie Rook 128.
Connor might get a shot at the same target. He won't. Double 10.
180.
He narrowly misses as
well.
well.
31.
Second dot was a beauty. That was not a perfect lie in that 54.
Game shot.
It's a good conversion from Chris.
It's Connor to throw first. Game on.
I just wonder where that first European Tour victory is going to come from. He did not have a brilliant
46.
record on the European Tour last year. 13 Saturdays played, only 5 victories. That's where things went wrong, especially early in the season.
Well, I was trying to crunch the numbers when it comes to Chris DObey on the European Tour. 63 wins, 65 defeats, 49% roughly win ratio for Hollywood on the European Tour. When you compare that to
137.
someone like Nathan Aspinall, who's up and around 60%, you can see that there is clearly work to do. It's the second time in this match that Connor Scutt's lost a dart to the floor.
I think that's a fair comparison as well, because if you think about when Nathan started playing on the European Tour, it was roughly around about the same time as Chris.
126.
And when you say someone, you mentioned it before, 9 floor titles now for Chris DObey, the most recent.
85.
Of course, only in the last few days.
142.
But 7 years ago, 2019, the last time he reached the final. One you referenced in Denmark, it does feel like an age ago, probably because in darting terms, it was. But he's a far better player now than he was then. That's maybe where
97.
things get a little bit
Push
more
required
confusing when
78.
it comes to this Chris Dobey conundrum.
Yeah, we've seen Chris Reyes disappear and come back in the time that it's taken him to potentially make another final. 7 years.
58.
Still could have that 2-0 lead.
48.
Scutt is really paying the price for darts on the floor. However, he nearly got a chance at this 1-4-8. And he missed the 1-2-8 in the first leg.
20.
Nice and positive.
Second leg.
Looks in pretty good touch. Looks very relaxed as well.
Game on.
Interestingly, I'm glad that you mentioned Aspinall in comparison to Chris. Today, he's starting his 66th
97.
European Tour event. So is Danny Noppert. And he's another one who hasn't won one.
Well, what is going on with Connor
21.
Scutt in this match? Multiple visits in multiple legs. He's lost darts to the floor.
Interestingly, 2 years ago, when Scutt lost his tour card for the first time, at the start of 2024, this was a big, big problem. At that point, he was using a four-sided flight.
140.
Then he scoured all the equipment he could find, and it was the three-sided flight that stopped that problem. Now, if he's starting to get problems like that again with the three-sided flight, he's got a lot of work to do. His rebound since using this equipment has been exceptional. Did some great stuff on the Challenge Tour, winning a couple of times, and has come back to the Pro Tour a better player. But you can't have that many darts on the floor because of your angle of entry and the speed it's flying. That is really upright. That's 45 degrees.
And definitely not against an opponent of the calibre of Chris Dobey, who's staring down 108 to make it 3-0. Which he does do. Ton plus check out for Dobey, who's halfway there.
You went for a bit of a wander in the crowd
60.
about half an hour ago, didn't you?
I've only just got back.
Seeing how many people are wearing Krzysztof Ratajski shirts today, it's incredible.
They are everywhere.
140.
The Polish Eagle said that yesterday's win was one of the most significant of his career. A round one win
89.
on the European Tour. He's done that a bunch of times, but because it was here in Poland, it meant everything to him.
I just love the fact that Krzysztof has also got
140.
a European Tour dart shirt, limited edition. It might just be for this tournament.
140.
There was also a giant red shark wandering around somewhere yesterday. Wouldn't be surprised if that had a Krzysztof Ratajski shirt on as well at some stage through today.
Now, this is a 140 fest right now. DObey is gobbling this game up.
60. We should require 81.
Finishing at 60%, which is pretty much where Kruchma was at this stage of his first game of the day. He's not going to have another one. Going to have one tomorrow, though. And DObey's got a shot at the bull.
56.
A little bit closer than last time.
Gonna require 152.
Well, we're reaching the point in this match where these kind of outshots need to start either going or going close.
96.
They're the kind of shots he's getting. 148, 128, 152. And DObey is always better off. He's not looking back. He wants a short day's work to get maximum rest. Possibly ahead of a derby match with Callan Raids, who's fortuitously in the tournament, but he's got to take out Luke Woodhouse a little bit later.
140.
Well, Connor Scutt was the man 4-0 up yesterday against Damon Heta and allowed
85.
the Heat a route back into the game. You get the sense Chris Dobey is not going to afford Connor Scutt that opportunity here. Although, that being said, having been
96.
involved in a similar game yesterday, Connor won't be giving up belief. But it's a game that just hasn't gone his way, and DObey's just been too good for him.
130.
You know that Chris can meander around 95 all day long. What he's been doing on the Pro Tour as well. But there are shades of the last time Scutt was in the last 32 of a European Tour event. It was Sindelfingen last year. He beat Richie Edhouse in round 1 for his first victory on the tour.
98.
But then after that, Luke Humphreys
British
gobbled him up,
132.
beating him 6-1. Yet again, DObey is so much better off.
60.
Not as low as he wanted, though.
Yeah, would have loved 3
British
clear
record
at double
72.
16. Instead, just the 1 dart at double.
Demolishon on the fifth, Chris DObey.
In true
Signature
Chris DObey
Scott
fashion,
record.
that is all that he requires. And now the equation is simply 1 more leg.
139.
These are 2 players yesterday that we were speaking about in relation to the climate here in Krakow this weekend. It's very cold. Actually, not as cold today as we thought it was going to
93.
be. Connor said, I'm all right with the cold. I don't mind it whatsoever. We said that Jelle Klaassen and Chris DObey
56.
are 2 players that don't mind the cold as well. They're used to it.
$58. $136.
Well, Connor Scutt is first down to finish. The biggest
134.
finish in the
170.
sport. The biggest fish isn't found, but it's an improvement with the darts in this leg from Connor Scutt, who's got it all to do. And even with that 170, had it gone in, you get the sense that it's going to be a bridge too far for him. First task is to pick off this leg.
21.
Oh, no.
British require 116.
Connor Scutt could be the first person nilled in Poland. Hasn't missed a double in a while. And he doesn't miss that one. 2 games completed this afternoon and 2 maestro-style doubling this.